Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Carbohydrate bin Hashim and I'm from H124AB. My metric number is 2019-631218. So this video is about I explain and I comment all of my food intake and my friend food intake. Next, based on normal data, Farhan eats less balanced food because it has more calories. Although he is a person who always does work that require a lot of energy, but he needs to take a balanced nutrition diet in his daily menu so that his health is better maintained and controlled. For Afif and Azim, they consume foods that are not high in calories but high in fat. This may be quite dangerous as it may cause health problems to them. My advice to my friends and myself also as well is to always consume a balanced diet based on food pyramid data, or even take a food in a right quality. Can also follow the practice of suku-suku separuh.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Farhan bin Zabah from HM1124 Group AA. In this video, I will talk about my food intake in 3 days of fasting and 3 days of normal day that what my lecturer asked to do in this assignment. So, for my food intake, I ate food with more calories during the fasting rather than the normal day. The amount of calories that I earn per day are very suitable for me as an active person. Next, my food intake in fasting and normal day is that I took a small amount of protein. That is not good for my body if I had that kind of protein. So, what I need to do is that I should take more protein during my mealtime. Excess protein in the diet as well as reducing carbohydrate intake helps to reduce fat tissue in the body. Continuous practice is able to maintain an ideal weight as well. Not just that, the amount of protein in the daily diet can affect the level of calcium in the body. A low protein diet affects the digestive system to absorb calcium, and indirectly the body's calcium needs will be derived from the skeletal system of the body. When this happens, the individual will experience a loss of bone density. From my food intake, I only took 300 mg amount of vitamin C because what I learned is excess vitamin C will affect our kidneys. Finally, I would suggest about diet to reduce weight. One way to lose weight is to cut back on sugars and starches or carbohydrates. This could be with a low-carb eating plan. I will utilize burning stored fat for energy instead of carbs. If I choose to eat more complex carbs like whole grain along with a calorie deficit, I will benefit from higher fiber and digest them more slowly. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul bin Abdul Yaso and I'm from HM124AB. In this video, I will talk about my food intake in 3 days of fasting and 3 days of normal day. That what my lecturer asked to do in this assignment. And first of all, the difference between my food intake or nutrient intake in fasting and normal day is not good because I eat more calories. I eat many calories and fat, but I'm not doing physical activity that much. First of all, we look at the calorie intake. The difference between calorie intake while fasting and normal day have a huge difference, and I realized that it is not good because I need more calories, which mean more energy when I'm fasting. Other reason why I said it is not good because I eat more when iftar compared to the food I ate for sahur. I need more energy to start my day than the energy I need to heal my energy after doing fasting whole day. And I need more energy to doing physical activity rather than the energy that I need after I doing the iftar. Next, my fat intake is higher in fasting day compared to normal day. It is not good because I use more energy. I use more energy and I do more physical activity when in normal day, and mostly in fasting day I not do physical activity so much, and if I take a huge amount of fat, it will lead me to obesity, which is I already in. I will suffer from obesity because the amount of fat intake that I consume is very not normal. Lastly, I see that I have to improve my nutrient intake by consuming food according to food pyramid and do a lot physical activity to reduce my weight, and also to make my BMI goes down to normal. The pyramid says that we have to lower the fat and the cholesterol that we take, and higher the fiber, calcium, protein, and other things. So that is my self review. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Abdul Azim bin Muhammad Ses, and my matrix number is 2019298662, and I'm from HM11248A. For this video, I need to present my diet intake first. Firstly, my nutrient intake for calorie, I eat more food that contain calorie on fasting days because I take eating schedule before Hari Raya Puasa, and vibe of Hari Raya Puasa was really hit me up. During fasting and normal day, there is not really significant. My intake for calorie are quite same, but still someday I take food with low in calories. No wonder I feel easy to getting tired. Compared to my friend Farhan, he take the good amount of calories of his body weight, and his body weight don't really use too much energy when doing some hard work. For protein, I take quite low protein in the food. It is because I usually eat more carbohydrate food on fasting days. So my stomach was already full with food like rice. So I just take a small amount of protein. But one of my friend, Kai, take a lot of protein on some days. Protein is really good to burn more calorie, but it's still too much protein for a body than needed. The good amount of protein needed in the body is just about 62 grams. For a normal day, I take an enough amount of protein. Next is fat. Me and my friend Kai take a low fat that contained in the food. It is really low quantity because the recommended for fat intake is about 62 to 75 grams, but for my friend Afif and Farhan, they take quite too much fat in their food. It is not good for them and might block the blood vessel with the fat, and it also happen to skinny people. Lastly, nutrient intake for carbohydrate. There are no significant in this intake even during fasting or normal day. It is balanced amount of carbohydrate needed in the body, but there is still some of the day me and my friend eat more carbohydrate than recommended. The recommended intake for carbohydrate is between 100 to 150 grams. Next is about diet. Based on my BMI, I get 28.9. I should decrease my weight to get a normal BMI. The good BMI for me is between 18.5 to 25. My most problem is to lose my weight. I should do diet reduce to my weight. The fastest way to lose my weight is by eating fewer carbohydrate and eat more lean protein such as plain Greek yogurt, beans, white meat, poultry, and more. Next, I should avoid any kind of junk food in my life because junk food usually are processed food and will not give a good amount of nutrient. Then, if I want to lose some more weight, I should do the cardiovascular training such as jogging, brisk walk, and swimming. And I can also do some weightlifting to get good cutting of my body other than lost weight. So that is all from me.
Thank you.
Based on this assignment, we learn a lot on how to calculate the nutrition intake of 3 days of fasting and 3 days of normal day. Not just that, me and my friends also concerned on food are we taking and what the nutrition contained in those food. So for Farhan, food intake, he ate food with more calories during the fasting rather than the normal day. Compared to Afif, he gained a lot more of calories during the normal day. The amount of calories that we earn per day are very suitable as an active person. Next is in fasting and normal day that I took a small amount of protein. That is not good for my body if I had that kind of protein. Compared to Kai, he gained a lot of protein. That what I am guessing is that he needs a lot of protein to build more muscle so he can go to gym. What I gained from doing this assignment, I learned that the food that I eat every day needs to be calculated in terms of its nutrition, because from what I figured out of it, I could tell that what I was eating and drink was an unbalanced food based on the food pyramid I studied. Based on the data of fasting, my friend Afif eats foods that are low in high calories but relatively high in fat. This is quite dangerous to him, as this will probably cause side effects to him, which may lead the danger to his health. Next to Farhan and Azim, they both took a meal that was quite high in calories, but is sweet to themselves, who always do activities that require a lot of energy. So what Farhan needs to do is that he should take more protein during his mealtime. Excess protein in the diet as well as regarding carbohydrate intake helps reduce fat tissue in the body. Continuous practice is able to maintain an ideal weight. Not just that, the amount of protein in the diet can affect the level of calcium in the body. A low protein diet affects the digestive system to absorb calcium, and indirectly the body calcium needs will be derived from the skeletal system of the body. When this happens, the individual will experience a loss of bone density. Next is Azim and Kai took less fat in their daily food during fasting. It is not good for them because fat play an important role in the metabolism and absorption of fat absorbed vitamin, namely vitamin A, D, E, and K. This vitamin needs fat in the body to be absorbed. If this happens when the body's function will be disrupted and various health problems arise. For example, problem with the skin. The skin become dry, look pale and dull. Because vitamin E is good for the skin, the amount is less in the body. But Farhan and Afif take too much fat that contain in their daily food intake. This also is not good for their body because excessive fat intake causes health problem because it can increase cholesterol level in the blood. High cholesterol is a cause of cardiovascular disease. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you. Bye.